Thank you, everyone who is here today. I appreciate your time. Today, we're going to talk about Google Duet AI, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to talk about a little bit of a compete strategy, and then I'm going to pass it on to Chauncey, who's going to do the demo. So, Chauncey, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, hey guys, I'm Chauncey Smith. I am the pre-sales technical consultant, and as Steph mentioned, I'll be doing a demo, an overview of Duet AI and its features, what it has currently right now. So looking forward to that.
Thank you. Okay, so I am going to be bouncing back and forth a little bit between two different presentations, only because one presentation I want to show you all cannot be copied. It can be shared with you, but it can't be distributed to you. So just keep that in mind. You will need Partner Advantage in order to access the deck. So if you do not have access currently to Partner Advantage, please make sure that you talk to your admins to get that set up for you. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. How to sell Google Duet AI.
Yes, we can.
Okay. If somebody can let people in too, I don't know, Chauncey, do you have the ability to let people in if they come in? Because I can't flipping
I can
back and
handle that,
forth.
guys.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. So if you need any assistance for sales, then we have 3 people on our team, Ben, Darnell, and myself. You can reach out to Google Cloud Sales at ingrammicro.com or to one of us individually if you're currently working with us. Please feel free to continue to work with us individually. We also have Chauncey. He is our technical resource, our pre-sales technical resource, and he can get on the phone with you and your end customers to be able to help you walk through different opportunities, solutions, scenarios, whatever the case may be. And it's not just unique to Duet, it is Google Workspace and also Chrome. So let's just get into it here. So let's setting the stage for the Google Duet AI. Right now, generative AI is a huge topic in a ton of different organizations. Right now, everybody's talking about it. It's kind of like the buzzword of the year. And the market indicates that it's going to grow from 599 million in 2022 to 15.9 billion in 2026. To me, that's an astounding growth potential. And that means that we need to capitalize on this as we can right now with our customers to be able to help them get into this generative AI at an introductory level. And the introductory level is that Google Duet AI. Um, Accenture surveyed 5,000 executives. 98% believe that AI is going to spark significant creativity and innovation within their workforce. So again, that's why it's very important to start having these conversations with your end customers now. Um, Google sees this as the next wave of big introduction to technology. First, it was the internet. And then, along the way, they've made some really great big transitions into different technologies. And now we're looking at AI and having AI help us be more collaborative, work more effectively, efficiently, and be able to get things to market faster sometimes. And so that's what they're calling this the third big shift in the IT industry. Google is no stranger to to AI technology. They have actually started introducing AI technology throughout the years. You can see here different malware detection and prevention, the smart compose. I don't know if you remember, but before they didn't do spell check. And so they had you just had to know how to spell. Now you don't. You had to also understand great grammar. Now you don't, because it does propose different grammar suggestions. And that was all because of 2019 implementation of the AI feature to be able to help with spelling and grammar suggestions. They also have the other abilities in the noise cancellation whenever you join a Google Meet. I know there was one time I was not on I was on a call and I think I coughed or sneezed or something like that, and it came up with an alert that says, "Hey, we blocked out that noise, just so you know," um, because we didn't want that to be in the sound. So it was pretty cool technology, right? And I'm sure you guys have all experienced this at some point, some way, somehow. So, what is Google Duet AI when the grand scheme of things? Generative AI is a very complex conglomerate of different AI features. And Google Duet AI Workspace is just a very small part of it, but it's at the business user level. So you have AI practitioners who are constantly out there doing innovative work, trying to create new AI, different AI features and solutions and just all kinds of really crazy cool things out there. And then you have your developers who are just constantly trying to develop and using AI, develop software programs and solutions. And then you have your business users, like are your everyday workers, whether it's your executives, your sales reps, your even some factory workers or anywhere in between, right? How do we get the AI capabilities to the business level users? That's through the Google Duet AI. So there are three different types of Google generative AI solutions. Your Google consumer. So think about this as whenever you turn your stopwatch off at work and you become now just a general population consumer, that's where you're going to find Bard. Bard is your Google free, for the most part, solution that you can use. That's what's powering your Google search engine, and you can pay for additional features with Bard. Google Workspace Duet AI is the one that we're talking about today. That's when you clock in for your job. This is how do you use Google Duet AI for your working experience. And then Google Cloud Vertex AI is going to be in the the larger innovative projects that somebody like myself wouldn't really necessarily need to be involved in. But it allows us to continue to do our functions and in our everyday work. So what is this Google Duet AI? What is it doing for our customers? It's a license, right? And you add it to a user. You don't necessarily have to have it licensed to every single user, but you might ask, what is it coming along with? Well, here we go. With Google Duet AI through Gmail and through Docs, you're going to get suggestive writings. You're going to be able to look up different information based on web addresses. So you can put in a web email address and it'll bring out a summary of the information that's on the page. It also help you create a better story maybe, and it looks based on your previous conversations in the email trail. Whenever you're looking at slides, it helps you create a non-copyrighted picture or image to be able to use in your presentations. I have seen some pretty wild recommendations whenever I was doing some research on Google Duet AI. One of them in a video that I'm going to show a small clip of shows a giraffe in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower. And Chauncey's going to go over some real life demos here in just a little bit. But it's pretty cool stuff that they picture up. You put on a style. It's pretty cool stuff. As far as the sheets, Google Duet AI helps you create a spreadsheet of information based on stuff that's in your Google Drive that it will also what am I thinking of? It will put them in a categorization. So it'll, if you have similarities between entries that you've prompted it to ask and look for, it'll give you similarity and categorization for each of these data points. It's pretty cool stuff. I've seen some pretty awesome presentations, or excuse me, sheets be created just by simply putting in some recommendations or requirements. And then with ever the Google meeting, whenever you're on a Google Meet and you have Google Duet AI, it's going to help you create a real customized background. You give it some suggestions and it will help personalize that experience for you. There are other things that's going to come out with, as far as it's going to come out with innovative um, summaries of what's going on inside of the Google Meet before you might join on. Maybe you join in late. It'll show you an entire dialogue of what happened prior to you joining, and you can intelligently ask it questions to see what you might have missed. It's pretty cool stuff.
Sorry, Steph, real quick. Gary Gizzy had a question that said, is this similar to Copilot?
You're right. Yes. And sorry, I can't see questions, so thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Sure.
And I'm going to talk about Copilot here in just a little bit. And Google came out with it starting November 1st. So we were a little bit ahead of the game. But anyhow, so here's the other fourth, or the exactly what I was saying. It helps you visualize, organize, and connect with your customers and your conversations whenever you're in your Google Meet. It says available for pre-order June 12th. We obviously know it's way past June 12th, so don't pay attention to that. I just couldn't delete it before this call. So here's actually an example of what it looks like in real time. Again, Chauncey's going to go through the demo, but this is just a screen capture of what happened or what Google is presenting in their little slideshow here thing. But you just put in some basic information, you ask it to formalize, and it will put it into a more constructive pattern or more constructive presentation, like to be able to send off to your customers. They really want to push Google helping you write on those on the go sales reps, on the go executives who need to just respond quickly because they're in between traveling, in between meetings, and they need to be able to write a very articulate response, but don't have the time to sit there and think about it. So you put in a few key points and a few keywords, and it will spit back or bring back a really articulate experience. Hopefully, that's the thought behind it, right? And then also, I feel like the only way that Google Duet AI or any of these new AI features are going to get better is if we provide feedback. So if you notice in that bottom, it has an up, a thumbs up, and a thumbs down. If Google or any AI feature that you're using has that feedback, use it because it's only going to help it get better in the future for you and everyone else. So I encourage you to, if you do have it or you start using Copilot or Duet AI, use that thumbs up, thumbs down, help grow this out to be even better than what it can be, right? This is an example of what it looks like for Google Docs. So it's similar to Gmail, but you just give it a couple of prompts of what you're looking for, and it'll write out based on some research, based on the web, the World Wide Web, what's out there, and it'll create a presentation or not a presentation. I'm sorry. It'll create a document. You can ask it to summarize a document for you. There's all kinds of different really cool features that the Google Docs can help you do. And then this is the example of the help you visualize. I think this is where you're going to see the giraffe in Paris. I think it even says that giraffe standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. And it creates a non-copyrighted image. So why is that important? That's because if you want to create a presentation and get it out to the world, but you use just a Google search engine to find a picture, it might be a copyrighted image and you may not have known that. But at least with this, you know it's not copyrighted. And then this is the example of Google Sheets. So you can see here the different shades of green and the shades of blue. That's the categorization piece of it. You put in a request of agenda for a one-day sales kickoff event with sessions, descriptions, and statuses. And it printed out or it created all of those different fields for you based on times. You can ask it to make adjustments based on what you get presented to get it even into a more usable situation or more usable chart for yourself without having to create all the different drop downs, the different titles and entries, all that good stuff. So this is a video. I'm going to try to talk you through it because you can't hear it, but I can. It's a really cool demonstration of where Google Workspace Duet AI is going to go. So let me see if I can get to the key points and I'll just kind of talk you through what they're doing. And I'll also send you these links out for the presentation. So this guy, Tony here, he's on stage and he says to over here, he's got something called Creative Buddy. That's something that's going to be coming out. And he wants to create a slides show, like a presentation, and he wants it to be based on this this dog campaign based on toys that dogs might use. And so he just types in a couple of things here. You can see, wait, where'd he go? Come on. Okay, so he's just typing in Project Eco Pause brief, and it'll come back. So you can see in the background there, he's got all these documents that it's referencing first, and then it goes out into the internet if it needs to. But it creates all of these different, based on these sources, you can see the docs, sheets, and slides that it referenced to be able to create this slideshow. He clicked in the slideshow, and now it's going to show you. This was all generated by generative AI. So it's pretty cool. They also, you can go in and change the content if you need to. It'll bring back graphs based on different sheets. And I encourage you to go watch this because it's pretty cool stuff. So let me get past this video because it doesn't, can't hear it. So, okay. So you guys mostly are already signed up with Google Workspace and doing business with Ingram, so I don't have to discuss that page. But how much does it cost, right? So right now, if you just go to the market and buy it now, it is $30 per user per month. They do have it available for Flex on at $36 per user per month. That's MSRP, not your pricing. You do get 20% off. However, if you guys need help with bigger opportunities, have customers that are looking at to doing Google Duet AI in a grander scale, then you can reach out to myself or your Google rep that you work with here at Ingram Micro, and we can get a hold of those end customer Google reps and try to present Google Duet pricing to them or to your customers. If they are willing to commit to a 12-month or 36-month commitment, generally speaking, we can get them a discount. I believe right now anything under 100 seats gets a 33.33% discount for the first year, but we do have to involve the Google rep just to make sure that you guys are all on the same page of that. Please reach out to us if you have any opportunities such as that. Um, so how do you go to market, or what's the thought process behind this? I really think that it's going to take you, because there's a lot of information that I just went over. There's a lot of key details in there. But my thought is look at your current customer base, figure out what is going to be the best use case for them, what's going to make the most sense for them, and focus on one or two features of Google Duet AI. Then approach your customer based on what you feel like is going to help them shift into that direction. It also will help them add stickiness to you because you're going to be giving them a solution that they can't get somewhere else within their Google Workspace licensing. Look at your existing customers that don't buy Google Workspace from you, they buy it from somewhere else, and maybe you want to entice them to move over to your business line because you're offering them Google Duet AI before their current reseller, incumbent reseller, is offering them. If you come to market with them, they likely to change over to you, right? Because you become their trusted advisor. So identify your customers, do a discovery call with them, ask them, what kind of things are they struggling with? Where does AI make sense in their journey? And then we start to build out an engagement and a roadmap for them. So before I go over to this, was there any other questions that came in? Okay. So I'm going to just quickly put up this presentation. Oh, did it stop? Do you see this? It says Google Workspace Compete Update.
Yes, I see it.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Okay, so this is the deck that you can find on Partner Advantage. I will show you where you find it, and just after I go through this. I'm not going through the entire thing. There's only just a couple of slides that I want to talk to you about. So with Microsoft 365, if you've been around the industry for a while and you understand Office 365 licensing, you know that about 7 years ago they made a switch from from Office products to Office 365, so a cloud solution, right? And then to maybe about 5 years ago, they introduced something called Microsoft 365. Um, it actually used to be called Secure Productive Enterprise. I don't know if any of you all know that, but before they rebranded it to say Microsoft 365, it was called Secure Productive Enterprise. And so they changed the way that they went to market. And so that added a layer of stickiness with their customer because they bundled the Office products, the security and mobility, and then also the Windows 11 into the higher level Microsoft licensing. And so that just created a total solution for them to not have to worry about looking at the competitors, right? But they now have added Copilot. Why is this important for you? Well, first of all, Copilot is not available to your general public. You have to be on an enterprise agreement, and you have to have a certain number of users. With Google Duet AI, you don't have to have any type. There's 12 different SKUs that are eligible, so they don't have to be upgraded to an enterprise license. They don't have to commit to an EA agreement, which, by the way, cuts you out as the reseller unless you're able to sell enterprise agreements. And they're offering it at $30 per user per month, which is the same pricing as Copilot, but there's promotions out there right now. As I mentioned, you come to reach out to me and I will be able to help try and get you better pricing for an annual commitment. So even as something as small as a business plus license or business standard, you can add Google Duet AI, and that's a changing experience for these users and these companies that maybe don't have a large budget, but they still want to be able to take advantage of the AI capabilities that are out there. So think about that with your customers. Maybe there are customers who don't have a solution right now and they're teetering between Microsoft and Google. There's definitely some compelling points for each side, but because Google Workspace is available to that SMB market, it's a game changer for those SMB customers that maybe just want a few licenses. So thank you, customers. And I think that was, yeah. So I'm going to exit out of this with 30 minutes left. I am going to pass it off to Chauncey to be able to go through the demo and then leave it open for any questions that we might have going on. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Chauncey. One more second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
I forgot to show them where to find it. I want to show them how to find the partner stuff. So you go to partneradvantage.goog. You're going to log in. Mine should automatically log me in. And then when you go to events up here at the top, you're going to see something called events. And you're going to go to Partner Advantage Live Webinars. In here is going to be all of the different webinars that are coming up and the ones that have now currently been put onto demand. And the compete one, you have to kind of dig through here for a second. There it is. Q4 2023 Google Workspace Compete Update. You can see the recording that the Google reps did, or just view the slide deck. And I would encourage you to go back and watch that recording. She did an amazing job describing the different or the solution of Microsoft versus the solution of Google and how to go to market with that. She did a phenomenal job. So I would recommend doing that if you can, if you have time. And there you go. Chauncey, all yours.
All right. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate that. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let me you guys know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so before I get started with the actual demo of Duet AI, I just want to show you guys where you start from, right? So of course, as Steph mentioned, Duet AI is a part of Workspace, Google Workspace. So I am in the Google Workspace admin console. So this is where you start, okay? So for those of you who would like to, and I'm going to show you basically, how to, once you log into the admin console and where to actually apply the license for Duet AI. So I'm in the admin console now. Once you log in with your admin console account, you want to go into billing and go into subscriptions, okay? Let me just type in my password again. Okay, so now, as you can see here, I already have the Duet AI Google Workspace license applied, right? But let's say, for instance, you're just starting out with trying to access or trying to gain a license for Duet AI. You want to go into where it says add or upgrade subscription here. And then you see the option where it says Duet AI for Google Workspace. You click here. And this is where you would add it, okay? As you can see, mine is already applied to my environment. But this is where you would add the actual license for Duet AI. Now, also what you want to make sure, once you have the license added to your domain, you want to make sure that you apply it to the users who want to use it, okay? So I'm going to go back into my license settings and billing. And once you go into license settings, where you see Duet AI Google Workspace, you want to make sure that the automatic license is turned on. Okay. When I originally tried to apply this to my environment, it was turned off for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. And when I tried to test it out before, it wasn't working. I figured, hey, what's going on? So, and I saw this setting turn off. So you want to make sure this is turned on, okay, just by clicking here, and you have the option to have it turned on, okay. Also, you want to make sure that you have the license applied to the users in your environment. So as you can see here, I have 2 users, myself and a test user. And if I click on myself, I have the license applied to my user account here. Okay. So you just want to make sure that I click assign licenses. As you can see, it's checked where it says Duet AI Google Workspace Enterprise, right? And by the way, once you have your workspace environment set up, you can utilize Duet AI right now as a trial license. So it gives you a 14-day trial license before it's actually billed to your account. Okay. So it allows you to go ahead and test it out yourself with the trial license. All right. All right. So before that, was there any questions regarding that before I move on to the Duet AI demo? Any questions so far? I'll look in the chat. All right, I don't see any questions.
Just to be clear, the Duet AI is only for the enterprise, right? Not the business starter or business standard, correct?
Well, right now, the Duet AI license that I have is for enterprise. So basically, they're giving out licenses for enterprise currently right now. So you can utilize that enterprise license right now as a free trial. So that's what Google's giving out right now. So as months go past, you'll be able to have access to different licenses like standard and like enterprise plus. But right now, enterprise is available right now at this point. So
you can still add it to a business standard license, Brian. Just to answer the question.
Roger that.
It's not just for enterprise. That's kind of the thing. That's not just that's the selling point for Google Workspace right now. Google Workspace Duet AI is that it is available to a business plus license. And so so you can still add it to business level licensing.
Is the pricing still the same even for the standard?
Yes.
And you said you could add it to starter too, right?
You can. I don't think you can add it to starter. I can verify that right now, but I don't. I definitely don't think it's available starter. Okay. It's not starter. I know it's business plus, and I believe it's standard. I'll confirm that here now, but you definitely,
Right.
Roger.
Hey guys, I was quick. Sorry to interrupt, guys, real quick while it's on the top of my mind. But I talked to Google rep on an opportunity a few weeks back, and he was saying that Google Duet promotions right now are ending like the 28th of December. Is that correct? Because I know that they're really pushing Duet AI right now. I'm assuming they'll probably continue, but he said right now the promotions are ending the 28th.
Yeah, those are great words to use because I mean, what motivates you more than understanding or thinking that something's going to end right away? So nor I cannot confirm or deny that it is ending because at this point we don't know, but that is what they're claiming at this point. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
No, that was a good question about the license because I was referring to the license that I currently have in my environment, which is the enterprise license. I'm assuming, and Steph, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a promotional license they're utilizing to test out the free trial because I only have enterprise license. That's the only thing I had available, not the standard. So just a FYI on that. So
you can add it to whatever licenses you have.
Okay.
You can't do starter, but
right, gotcha.
And the thing still applies, right? We still have to go to our Ingram Micro Advantage portal to add this license so it can be added to the user, correct?
Yes, you have to add, and you can add it as a trial. I don't actually, you would just want to work with one of us if you want to have it turned on for a trial. And I just confirmed it does work for business standard licensing. It's just not available for business starter.
Thank you. That's all my questions for right now.
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to move on with the actual demo. So like I said, once you're into the workspace environment and you have the license for Duet AI applied to your users, So now you can start using it with your apps. So you want to go into here where it says Google Apps, and I'm going to start off with Gmail. I'll bring that up. And this is my my own personal inbox, right? There's pretty much not much going on because I just have a bunch of Google email applies for my workspace environment. But however, as far as how you know you have Duet AI that's working, you can do it in several ways here. I can start off with composing an email. There's a brand new email. And as you can see on the bottom, it says help me write. So I can write out an email based off suggestions that I inputted into the inbox there, right? So I'm gonna just type in my own email, and with the audience participation, I'll go ahead and give you guys, let me know what suggestions you think I should type into this section here, so that AI can jump out an email. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the chat. Any suggestions will be great.
Chauncey, do you have any like previous emails that have like a long trail to try and do a response based on?
Yeah, I was going to do that next. I was going to do
Oh, got it. Okay.
do a fresh. Yeah, I was going to start off doing a fresh email and then just
Okay,
doing
gotcha.
an email from reply. So
Yeah. Anybody have any
yeah.
suggestions for a fresh one then?
Yeah.
Help me
You
write.
can say anything.
Yeah, anything. Just
Yeah,
say you
pretty
want
much
to
anything.
start an email with something.
I just put one in the chat.
Okay, let's see. Brian has a suggestion, so I'll just copy that in there. Let's see.
I would take the ask to help. Just start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that. See what happens. All right,
There you
cool.
go.
So this is the suggestion that Brian had mentioned, and it says here, Dear Disney, I wanted to take a moment to thank you for the opportunity to attend the Supplier Diversity Conference last week. It was an incredibly informative and inspiring event, and I learned a great deal about the importance of diversity and inclusion in the supply chain. I was particularly impressed by the panel discussion on best practices for supplier diversity. The speakers shared a wealth of valuable information, and I'm confident that I can use the insights to improve our own supplier diversity program. I also appreciated the opportunity to network with attendees. It was great to connect with people from different industries who are all committed to creating a more diverse and inclusive supply chain. Thank you again for hosting such a valuable event. I look forward to continuing to work with Disney to promote supplier diversity. Yeah, definitely. That was definitely informative and very detailed email. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was
Long
pretty
kind of email.
intense there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good.
was
It's almost like within my expectations. Because I just
Yeah.
came back yesterday from Disney, so so yeah.
No, that was great. I did not expect that. That was a great email and a great suggestion, Brian. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good. I like that.
Yeah,
Very
Chauncey,
nice.
can you try the what we talked about earlier? Just putting in a domain. Put Disney.com. Like help me write.
Okay.
Disney.com.
Let me see.
Yeah, just do composed. Just type in Disney.com in there and see what happens.
Okay. Let's see.
www. Summary, maybe then put summary or something. I've seen somebody do this before, so.
Summary. Let's see.
Nope, it didn't do it. Okay. I'll have to check into that
Okay.
because I saw somebody do it
Okay.
before. I have to figure out how they
Okay.
did it.
Okay.
Anyhow, continue. Go ahead. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. So it's like I said, that's definitely informative and based off that email response and suggestion. So, all right. So I'll look for an existing email. I don't have much going on here, but I'll look for an existing email I have. And let's see, reply. So what I'll do is I'm going to reply to Google, right? And let's see what I'll put in here. All right, checking on update from previous email. So when I actually type in there, it allows the formalize, elaborate, or shorten. I have access to this based off the reply. So based off this reply, I have the option to formalize, elaborate, or shorten. So I'm going to click on formalize and see what happens based on what I typed here. So it's creating a formalized email of what I typed. I am checking on an update from the previous email. All right, pretty basic. Like I said, just a very generic response that I put in there in that reply. But based off that, it allowed me to allow the AI to have a formalized email, a reply to what I suggested. Right. Let's see what else. I can do another one. Let's see. I'm gonna get rid of this one here. And send out meeting invite for last week's follow-up call. So I'm going to actually do an elaborate from that and see what happens. All right, so this one has, I would like to schedule a follow-up call to last week's meeting. Please let me know what time works best for you. Okay. So, again, just based off what I had put as a reply, I clicked on elaborate and AI formulated a reply email based off what I suggested. So, whatever you have in terms of your reply and that suggestion you put in there, AI would formulate either a reply or elaborate or shorten whatever you have listed there automatically. So, that is definitely pretty cool. I'll start with also another one and do a short one. Let's see. So I just typed in need to find new part code for shipping unit that was delivered last week. Something really generic. See if I can shorten that. Maybe that was a little too long. Can you please find the new part codes for shipping unit delivered last week? So it is basically kind of like restructure what I said. But again, this was very generic. If I had something that was like pre-typed, I'm pretty sure it could do something with that. But you get the gist of what AI can do based off what you suggest within Gmail. So again, it's pretty cool. What it can do based on what you suggest, and allows you to formulate the response based off of that. So definitely pretty informative for that. All right. So any questions? Sure.
I put it in the chat. It says create a newsletter about Google promos for my customers. Let's see if we can do that.
All right. Let's see.
So that one might be better in Docs, Chauncey. You want to do that one in
Docs?
Okay,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can do that. Let's go into Docs for that. Let's see. Blank document. And I'll click help me write. Okay, so let's see. There is a reply from AI that says, hi, customer name. We hope this email finds you well. We're writing to let you know about some great Google promos that are currently available. These promos can help you save money on your Google advertising campaigns, and they're a great way to get your business in front of those potential customers. Here are a few promos that are available. Wow, it has promotional codes from Google Ads, Analytics. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are going to be all direct to Google.
Right.
Offers though, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Brian, I would just keep that in mind that this is going to, if you were to use something like that for that, it would be based on what Google is publicly publishing about discounts for direct to consumer.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's definitely pretty cool how it formulated this response based off of Brian's suggestion. So yeah, definitely good stuff there. All right, so like I say, I'm in Google Docs here. So I did a suggestion for from Brian, and also as you can see here, I have the help me write feature, which we just did, meeting notes. We did an email draft already with Gmail, but these are the options here, as you can see with AI within Docs, right? With the meeting notes, as you can see here, there's a template that's already in place that you can actually utilize or have your own template in place that you can create from scratch, right? But these are some of the features that you will see within Docs for Duet AI. So, definitely pretty cool of what you can do within a document. And this is a brand new document. I'm going to go into an existing document. We'll try to do that. Go back into Docs, and I'll go into an existing one. So this is an existing meeting document. And so with Duet AI, which is this is basically the pin logo, what you see, help me write. So I can click on this and I can make any suggestion I want to continue making notations from these notes here. So I'll write my own suggestion. Something generic again, complete agenda with specific notes from partners and customers of software updates. So let's see what it comes up with. And I just picked a random document that was existing. So we'll see what it comes up with. All right, so this is what is suggested here. So it has the attendees, has last week's follow-up notes, new business, has bullet points for that, has notes from that, action items, and next week's agenda. So that's definitely pretty cool and very detailed based on what I suggested. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff from an existing document. All right. Any questions from this side here that you guys have, or any suggestions before I move forward?
Kind of curious. I wonder, can it create a actual like those marketing campaign letters? I was wondering if it was can do that. I don't know if it could be used in docs or slides.
Yeah, I believe it can do either docs or slides, depending on what kind of campaign letter. Let's see if I can try it here first. I'm just going to try marketing campaign letter. See what happens here. Okay, so it wrote a letter. We're excited to announce our new marketing campaign software. The software is designed to help you create and manage your marketing campaigns more effectively with our software. And it has bullet points. That's pretty cool. We're offering one week trial of software. To sign up, simply click the link below and enter your email address. So, I mean, I just typed in marketing campaign and that was very generic. I wasn't very specific, right? So just based off marketing campaign letter, this is the letter that it wrote. So I'm sure that it can get more detailed than just the letter itself. But that was another great suggestion, Brian. That was pretty cool. But yeah, this is what it came up with. And this is also more than I expected too. So yeah, this is very nice.
That was kind of generic. I was kind of thinking of how people send those big marketing campaign letters with pictures.
Yeah.
From like constant, and MailChimp and HubSpot. I was thinking of something like
Yes.
that on those lines.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's still good though for what it did for that template.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Yeah. Pretty good stuff there. All right. So I'm going to move on into slides real fast. Click on slides. And I'm going to start off with a blank presentation here. All right. So I'm in slides now, and I'll bring up create image with Duet AI. All right. So this is where I can actually bring up or create images, non-copyrighted images from Google, and have those presented within this slide deck. So I'll ask the audience again, do you have any suggestions of what I could use for any images? And you can put those in the chat. Any suggestions? I mean, it could be anything, any kind of suggestions as far as any images that you guys have.
Elephant in the desert.
Elephant in the desert. Okay, that's pretty. I'll bring that up. Good idea. Elephant in the desert. Okay. Let's see. Style. Any particular style that you want, Steph?
No.
Or
Oh,
no?
do photograph or photography. See if it does like a real
Okay.
looking image.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
Oh wow.
It brought up some. That's pretty cool. It brought up some very cool images of an elephant in a desert. That is pretty cool. Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. That's good stuff there.
Okay, I'm curious
Good.
about the copyright. Buffalo Bills, right? I know that's a big team. Everyone's quite fond of. So Buffalo Bills in the desert.
Buffalo Bills. Let's see. We could try that.
Because we know it's cold there and the desert's hot. So I'm just curious kind of image that would create.
Let's see.
There you go.
Right. Buffalo.
It's probably going to bring back a buffalo and a bill and a desert.
Let's see.
Probably want to take the S off of Bills.
Oh, right. Yeah, I put another extra S in there. Let me see.
I'll just let it go. See what happens.
we'll be eating them because they're different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got buffalo.
Okay. It's an actual buffalo, not the football team.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I figured it would do. That's
an
cool.
actual buffalo. No, now we're on football. Let's see if I can bring up my favorite football team and see what comes up with. I'll bring up the San Francisco 49ers and see if what comes up with that. I'll just put in 49ers. Let's see what happens with that.
You a 49er fan?
Yes, I definitely am. I'm just curious to see what happens with this. Let's see.
The picture with a 49 in it.
Oh, it brought up
Dick
the
got
football stadium. There's a football
There you go.
stadium.
It must be a non-copyrighted image.
Yes. And
But what does the oranges and the beach have to do with it? That's funny.
yeah, I don't know what the oranges and beaches. I have no idea how that relates to 49ers, but at least they
Is there
brought
a
one
drink?
image.
I wonder if there's a drink called 49er or something.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I'll look into that. That's interesting. But yeah, this is what it comes up with. It finds non-copyrighted images of whatever you put in there. This is what comes up with. So
And
Perfect. So,
try a veteran image for a small business veteran conference.
small business veteran conference. Let's see. Okay. All right. So it came up. Looks like a generic office space.
Still need some more work.
Yeah.
That's where the feedback comes in.
Yeah. Right. Right. So it only had one image for that too, by the way, just one. So, but yeah, this is what it came up with. So we yeah definitely needs to have some updates on this. But that was a suggestion. So so yeah. All right. So any other suggestions before I move on that guys want to see? Because the last one I'll be showing is the sheets.
Sheets.
Can it like manipulate a picture that you insert and then create a content from that?
Uh, yes, it can.
Again,
Yes, it can. But however, because so just go back what Steph had showed the video that Steph showed, which is from the launch of AI. There are certain features that still aren't available because like for instance, Project Buddy, the feature that they demo in that presentation is still not available yet, and it's actually was rebranded to Side Panel. But that's still in the beta testing phase, and that's still slowly rolling that out. And there's also another feature that is still not available, which is called "Help Me Visualize" within slides. That's still under beta testing, and it's still not fully rolled out. So what you're talking about is part of "Help Me Visualize," and that's still not available as of yet. But yes, that feature is coming soon, as far as when you can test it out. So
Oh, okay. Is that going to be inclusive with the program itself, or is that going to be another add-on that you have to pay for?
no. That's going to be a part of the Duet AI. So it's not an add-on at all. It's a part of AI itself that you can use. So
Gotcha. Because I was trying to compare it to add content creative AI that creates content when you just type the information in, and it'll create the commercials and marketing content for you with the based
gotcha,
off the description that we was doing earlier.
gotcha, gotcha. All right, cool. So we'll move on to the last demo. So this is within Sheets, and I'll start with the blank spreadsheet. And again, I'll ask for audience participation. You guys have any suggestions that I can type in for Sheets? And I'll just put it help me organize. So I can put in any suggestion here. And any suggestions you guys have? Like anything comes to mind that you guys want to see in Sheets that sometimes people just don't want to create they don't feel like making sales, themselves.
just do
So
some of those that's it's asking, like
I
wedding.
got one.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay.
Create an agent report that's based on sales.
Agent
great.
report based on sales.
Yeah, AGING, aging report that's based on
Agent.
sales.
Based on sales. Okay, let's see. All right, cool. So that's what it came up with. So it has a due date, customer or business name, the amount, the status, the date created, and notes. So yeah, I think that's more than I expected as far as the detail from each of the cells here. But yeah, this is what I came up with. So pretty good suggestion, Brian. Um,
Yeah, let me take a look at it for you before you move it away.
sure. Yeah, the amount is just going by highest to lowest. Let's see what the status is. Oh, I messed that up. Paid, unpaid. Okay. Pretty good stuff. Oops, sorry.
So I do want to be respectful of everybody's time. So I appreciate everybody that joined. If there's any questions at this time, we'll take them. Otherwise, Kyle, do you have any closing remarks or anything? Oh, it looks like it's just us in here now, other than Brian.
I'm still here. I do have one more to do. This could you tell it to create a what was it? Create it.
Yeah, like a monthly aging. Like I want to see things that are past due 30 days, past due 60 days, like just different aging buckets.
Okay. Did you understand that, Chauncey?
Monthly aging report. Oh, buckets.
Uh-huh.
It's a monthly aging bucket, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
monthly aging buckets for like accounts receivable where I'm looking at what's past due and customers have not paid.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so
Yep,
this is
that's
what
what I
it
want.
came up with. Okay, cool.
That's what I want. But where it says month, I would change to like customer. That's cool.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right, very good. So I know we're at the overtime right now. So any other questions that you guys have before we close out?
No, I don't have any more questions. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that
Thank
was
you
my
for-
partner.
Yep.
I think we're good then, Kyle. Is there any closing remark for Brian? I think everybody else jumped off as far as anything. I think he had to step away. So that's cool. Okay, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Chauncey.
Yep. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
I can finally put a face to a name now.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right. Y'all have a
All right,
wonderful
guys.
weekend.
All right, guys. Take care.